All right, hello students again, Mr. Montgomery. Today we're going to talk about multiplying mixed numbers. Now we just talked about multiplying and dividing fractions last week. This week we're going to talk about multiplying mixed numbers together. So once again, like division, like dividing a fraction, there's only actually a couple new steps that we have going on here. The steps to multiplying mixed numbers is step one. First, we want to change the mixed number to an So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. Okay, so here um, we're going to multiply and write the answer in simplest form. Of course, simplest form is always the way we want to leave fractions. So 3/4. So the only one we have to change here is this first. The second fraction is already in the correct form. So let's go ahead and change this um, to a mixed number. So remember, we want to multiply the denominator and whole number together. 5 times 4 is 20. And then we want to add the top number to it to create the improper fraction. 20 plus 2 is 22. So this gives us our All right, so let's go to another example. This one, both of the numbers now are mixed numbers. So now we have to change both sets. So let's go ahead and do the change. Well, we want to multiply the bottom times the whole number, 3 times 2. Remember, we're doing the multiplication here. 3 times 2 is 6, and then we add that answer to the top. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Same thing over here. 3 times 3, multiply here. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 2 is 11. And of course, we have 11 over 3. Now we're going to do method 1 here. We're just going to simply multiply across the tops, multiply across the bottoms. So we go 7 times 11 is 77. Multiply across the bottoms, 3 times 3 is 9. Well, now we have to make the change. We have to change the improper fraction to a mixed number. So let's go into division on the side. I want to erase this 3 here just to get it out of our way, just so we don't run things together. Because the 5 is less than 9, then that means we did a good job with the 8 on top. The 9, if this was bigger than 9, well, then the 8 can go higher. A quick review of division. Now we go ahead and we put that 5, the part on top, and the 9 stays the same. Eight and 5/9. All right, let's go ahead and give one more form. Let's go over just one more example before you try some on your own. Let's go ahead and look at this problem. Number 3 is 4 times 2 to the 2 and 5/6. And now I want to change this mixed number into an improper fraction like we've been doing. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17. So we go ahead and we bring down the denominator. Divided by 2, and I get 2 on top and 3 on the bottom. Well, my time's about to run out, so go ahead and go to the next video, and we're going to finish this problem up. All right. When we finished the last video before I ran out of the 10-minute timer. And of course, we were cross canceling. We divided both by 2, so we should have 2 here, and we should have 3 here. All right, now that since we're doing method 2, we're going to go ahead and we're going to multiply across the tops. When we multiply across the top, we have 2 times 17. Well, let's go into the multiplication. 2 times 7 is 14. carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So we get 34. And now we multiply also across the bottom. 1 times 3 is 3. Well, here we go again with an improper fraction. So we have to make the change. 3 goes on the outside. We have to make it to a mixed number. And 34 goes on the inside. So let's go ahead and now do the division. 3 goes into the first 3 one time. They're both single digits, so that works out. We subtract, and we get 0. We bring down the 4, and we ask ourselves, how many times can 3 go in the 4? It's also once. We do the subtraction, and now we get 1. We know that 1's okay because it's lower than smaller than the 3, smaller than our divisor. So we know we have the part now. So 11 and 1/3. So you could have recognized that 33 is pretty close to 34 with 1 left over, and realize that so that would give us, 11 and 1/3. All right. Now is the time that you're going to go ahead and you're going to try some on your own. You're going to try 4 and 5 on your own. Just to let you know, I'm going to use method 2 for number 4 up here. I'm going to use method 1 for multiplication for number 5 down here. Either way is fine. Either way that you do it works. The ending result, however, should be the same. So go ahead and pause the video at this time, come back, or do the problems, come back, and I'll go over the answers with you. All right, welcome back, students. Let's go ahead and look at the answers. So if we look at problem 4, these are mixed numbers. So let's go ahead and change them to improper fractions. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 3, is 11. 4 stays on the bottom. And now we go ahead and we got to do our cross canceling. Well, you don't have to do cross cancel. Remember, you could use method 1, but I'm going to cross cancel. We can cross cancel the 4 and the 2 here. 2 goes in the both, so I can divide both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now you go ahead and you do your multiplication across. Now, if you did method 1, you would have had divided at the end to simplify down the fraction. But we're going to simplify it first by cross canceling. So let's go and multiply. 11 times 1 is 11. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we go ahead, this is our improper fraction. Now we go ahead and have to do the division on the side, or this one's not too bad. You probably could do this one in your head. But I'm going to go do it on the side just to show you what it should be. So of course 6 goes into 11 once. We get 6 down here. We're going to subtract. Leftover piece, and the 6 stays the same. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over our last problem. And go ahead and bring down the 4 as our denominator. Now let's go ahead and we multiply across. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's go ahead and multiply across. 7 times 7 is 49. 2 times 4 is 8. And now we have an improper fraction. The top number is bigger than the bottom number. So let's go ahead and do our division on the side. I'm going to go ahead and erase this 5 up here because we don't need it anymore. Just give myself a little bit more room. So let's go into our division. 8 goes into 49. Well, if you think about the whole value, so go ahead and put that on top. The remainder is our leftover piece. So that's our fraction piece that goes to the top. And the 8 stays the same. All right, so those are the answers you should have gotten for problems 4 and 5. Remember, if you did not get those answers, please raise your hand so I can come by and help you before you get started on the assignment.